We are here at Second Place Productions, and we thought we would kind of introduce the staffs and give them little interviews and try to get to know the musicians more. And would you like to tell me your name?
My name is Connor Ward, but I like to go by Disposal.
Disposal. Is there any way you got the punk name? Because that's pretty badass. All right.
Because I used to be one of my friends I used to be friends with got me into Boy Scouts, and that was one of the names that they gave me because they had names. Everyone would have like a nickname, and I would just like shovel food down my throat, so they call me like garbage disposal, but they shortened it to Disposal.
Fucking A. All right. Well, I'm going to ask you a few simple questions to kind of have the fan base to know you a little better. So, the first question would be, what is your top 5 most liked bands that kind of inspired you to get into music?
Into music in general?
I would say into music in general and then into the specific genres you do.
Well, I would feel like in general, I would have to give the credit to me wanting to do music like that would be the Automatic, or they go by the Automatic.
The Automatic.
From Lego Rock Band 2.
Pretty underrated in my opinion. When you showed me them for the first time, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
What other bands?
I would say stuff like the Dopamines, the Exiles, stuff like that.
I can see it play from the phone.
Obviously Days and Days, which is a big start into our folk punk stuff. Mischief Brew.
Alright.
Just to name a few bands that I like to listen to or that have inspired me, really.
So, when did you have the notion of wanting to play guitar? Like, when was the first time you realized that, like, that's what you want to do in the future?
Well, this ties into the whole backstory of us starting a band in general. But, we were watching an anime called K-On!
Yeah.
Really good anime. Okay.
It was a really good anime.
And, we were like, let's start a band like them because they're cool. That's like really cool. And then like because I listened to the Automatic as a kid, I wanted to play guitar. That's what kind of got me into it. But then I never had the opportunity to play it until I started coming over to Madison's house, and he just had his brother's guitar laying around, and I asked him to borrow it, and he let me borrow it. So
that's amazing. That's amazing.
About where it started. And the first song I ever learned was the Ram Ranch riff. So.
Fuck yeah, I remember that. Let me ask another question. Where do you see this band going in 3 years?
3 years? I would say probably at least in the Punk Fest by then, honestly. The Savage Mountain Punk Fest in Cumberland. So
you're saying basically like heavily local, probably well known.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, it's that band that they notice and they follow. Kind of like when you came to the first punk scene, you've seen the lining bands up, and then you see how well they're like basically just friends and they kick it. And I think it's just amazing how like we could be easily inducted into the scene if we just keep going at it.
Yeah, from the indie show that we did with like the other than our friends who came, but the other people who were there who were like four people, they were the best 4 people we ever got.
Definitely.
They loved us.
Definitely. Let me see. Do I got any other questions here? What all genres does Scratch Mouth do?
Well, at the moment we're doing folk punk, but we do plan on branching out and doing like a mixture of genres. The next one we're planning on doing is Midwest, like punk-inspired Midwest emo stuff, and then it's going to move on to like hardcore and regular, dopey punk and stuff like that.
Nice, amazing. Are you excited for Victorian Voices?
Oh, definitely. It'd be because it's a online set that we put together.
Is it an annual event?
We haven't decided that one yet.
Right.
But we will post like virtual performances every now and again.
Right. And I guess like each one's maybe will have like a different concept. Or like a different vibe or feel.
Yeah.
Being the self-director of this channel, and this is just personally me speaking, like seeing the behind the scenes of how hard we actually put ourselves to work is like almost amazing.
Yeah.
And thank you for letting me answer some questions to introduce you on the page, so people know more of who we are.
Man, no problem.
All right.
Scratch man.
Ah.